Hi YouTube! Today I will be showing off how I kind of made these gloves from this. If you're interested in the process, keep on watching. So this is my drop spindle, and this is the bag of merino wool that I will attempt to finish spinning in a day. So we'll see how that goes. So starting off, I'm just going to give kind of a little overview of how to spin. This isn't going to be like an actual tutorial. It's just, hey, this is how I do it. So now you know, the more you know. There's so many ways to start this off, but this is just what I do. So I pulled the wool a little thin, and I'm just going to hook it on like that, and then spin it a little so kind of gets that tension built up, and then I'm going to keep spinning. And that's kind of how I start off. So I'm not really looking for something even, just want something that works. So I'm gonna wrap this around, hook it back up, and then keep going. So it's been about an hour and a half, and this is what we got. This isn't done yet. I still need about another maybe hour of spinning, so I will come back after that, and hopefully I will have way more than this. Okay, so this is how it looks like now. I think that's enough, so I'm gonna start applying it, and to do that, I'm going to just wrap it around my arm. So here is my yarn gauntlet. It's cutting off circulation, so I'm just going to take the two ends of the yarn and knot them together. How do I make a knot? Yay! And I'm going to put them onto my spindle and start spinning. And done. But I'm actually not done. There are more steps, of course. So this is a nitty knotty. I'm going to wrap the plied yarn around it. One, so I can get a better idea of just how many yards it is. And two, so it doesn't get messed up. Okay, so I am about done. Now I'm going to just tie just pieces of yarn around it so it doesn't get tangled. And yeah, so I've tied it, and I counted, it is about 34 yards, which works. I'm going to just take it off the nitty knotty, and now yay, it looks a lot more official, like what you buy at a yarn store. So now I have to do this process again until I have enough for my gloves, because 34 isn't gonna cut it. So I'm gonna cut the video, and I will see you guys when I have a few more of these. Okay, so here are my prepared hanks of yarn. I have 4 of them. Very nice, beautiful. And now we're just going to soak them and twack them, because I definitely over twisted like half of it. So here's my container of water. It's very heavy. I'm just going to put a bit of this fiber rinse that was a little more than a bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna just, and now I'm just going to take all 4 of these and submerge them. Not sure if you guys can smell the bubbles, but lots of bubbles. Okay, it's been a few minutes, so I'm just going to remove these from the water. Oh, they're so heavy. Oh, we obviously don't want them to be soaked, so I'm just gonna squeeze out some of that excess. I think I did it. Now I'm just gonna lay this down on a clean towel and kind of roll it up to dry it a little more. And I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, now that everything's kind of dry, I'm just going to twack them. So basically I'm going to take this. I have this nice soft corner, move this pot over a little, and I am just going to whack it kind of like that. Not like that. That wasn't a good twack, but I'm just going to do that with all of them. As I finish twacking these, I'm just going to hang them up somewhere so that they can dry a lot more. And yeah, I will see you guys in a couple of hours. For me, not for you, because magic of editing. So while that dries, I'm gonna go get my dye material. So I saw this really cool post. Sorry, cat. I saw this post, or well, I saw this image on Google Images, and I thought, wow, this looks really cool. And my mom happens to have some fig trees, so I'm gonna go steal some leaves. It's 8 p.m. right now, so it's kind of dark, but that's okay. So here's me with a bunch of leaves. I picked a few. I'm gonna pick maybe one more. I'm not fully sure how many I need. I didn't actually look through the link, so just grab one more. And hopefully that is enough. So in addition to the leaves, I'm also going to use this blue food dye. It's super expired. I've had this for like so many years, but I just want to see if it'll work with the leaves. And it's kind of a backup just in case the leaves don't work, because I don't know if you guys could tell, but they already pruned back the fig trees and all the leaves had already fallen off for the most part. And the leaves I took were from a pruned off branch. So I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So we'll see. Anyways, the yarn is pretty dry now. I actually am so impatient, so I put a fan on because I ain't trying to wait for like 5 hours. So now I'm just going to take them off and we're gonna soak them a little bit in some vinegar and then dye them. So while that soaks, I'm going to prepare the dye. This is my handy dandy pot. Don't worry about why it's dented on one side. I use this for like all of my yarn dyeing and processing. So I have my leaves. I'm just going to wash them off first. I didn't even realize how dirty they were. And then I'm going to toss them in the pot. Okay, I've washed the leaves, so I'm just gonna toss them in the pot. Hopefully they release some color because that'll be really cool. I've never really done this before, so this is a lot of trial and error. So this is soaked for like 30 minutes, so I'm going to I'm going to drain out all the water and then go bring it up to my dye pot, which I haven't checked for the last 30 minutes, so hopefully that looks good. Okay, so I have all my materials, my yarn, it's so beautiful, my expired food coloring, and my leaves. Oh my god, guys, look at that color. I was honestly really scared because it wasn't showing any color for the first like 5 minutes, but wow. So I'm going to add a few drops of food coloring. Whoa, that's a lot of food coloring, I guess. Okay. That is really cool. Okay, that's enough food coloring. Let's try to dye the yarn now. Okay, I moved the phone so that it's easier to see. I moved the phone so that it's easier to see what I'm doing. Wow.
So this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful blue. I'm not that mad about it being more blue than like a bluish green. I am going to transfer it back into the container and I'm going to leave it for a few minutes and rinse it out. Okay, so I've hung the yarn back up to dry. It's hard to see, but it got a lot lighter, which I'm very happy about. I really wanted a lighter greenish blue color. So we'll see how it looks when it dries in, I guess, a second for you guys.
Okay, so it's the next day and ta-da! Oh, it looks white on camera, but it's kind of like a really light green and I am so happy. I was so worried it was going to be dark blue because of dye, but thankfully I messed up. So I actually didn't apply enough heat when dyeing, so it didn't really stick, and I'm so happy for that because I much prefer this color. If anything, I can always dye it after I crochet the gloves, so the possibilities are endless. So I'm just gonna fold all of them like this and deal with them after class. So I'm back. Here are all of my cute little hanks of yarn. Aren't they adorable? I cannot wait to actually spin them into skeins. Here is my yarn winder and the other part of my yarn winder. So I'm just going to wind them now because I can't crochet out of this. Okay, so I tried to figure this out and I don't actually remember how to use it. I might be missing a part, I don't know, and I'm too lazy to look it up, so I'm just going to like hold it while I spin and hopefully that works. So here are all four. Oh, they're so cute. I decided I'm going to use a 4.5 millimeter hook for this. I guess I'm going to start my gloves. I actually don't know how I'm going to make gloves. I've never made gloves before. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. Thinking like this is good. Okay. I think I'm gonna work this in half double crochets. I haven't done that stitch in a minute. Hopefully it works out. Okay, so 3 rows done. It's looking a lot better. Very, I keep messing up how I'm showing it. Looks a lot better. I'm very excited. It's very cute. It's very cute. Okay, so here's what it looks like after a few more rows. I kind of stopped counting because it's just too much. I gave up. So I'll just count when I'm done. And yeah, I also realized that I've probably been calling this a bunch of different things throughout the video. Like, I think I called them fingerless gloves, and I might have called them arm warmers. So here are the gloves so far. Don't worry about why this one is so much bigger. I might have miscounted something, so yeah, I think it's fine though. It's not like I'm giving these to anyone, so I'm not that concerned with perfection. Okay, so I've seamed everything together. I'm just going to put them on. These are so cute. I'm going to kind of like stitch the top now. And then when I'm done, if I have enough yarn, I guess I'll add some ribbing at the bottom. So we'll see. For this one, I still have a little bit left. And then this one, I already used one skein and now I'm on my second. And then I still have another one left just in case I need it. So I think I'll be good in terms of yarn. I shouldn't run out. So I will see you in a second. Ta-da! So I finished the gloves. I was winging it the whole time, so they are kind of really uneven. But that's okay, they have personality. So this is how much yarn I have left. I'm not sure what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll make a headband or just, I don't know, something. But I have enough to make something small. I decided not to do the ribbing at the bottom because I prefer the kind of big look and I think it doesn't need it. So yeah, if you guys want a tutorial on literally anything you saw in this video or like more of an in-depth video, maybe like a tutorial on these gloves, let me know and I'd be happy to make one. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for this process, and yeah, it is so crazy to like have them side by side and you could just see that this is actually green.